Hi there everyone, and how are you? I hope you're very well. So welcome to the world of ankle weights. Before we get into the ankle weights, I just wanted to pass on some information that's really helped me personally. So you know the nasal strips that you can get that kind of sit across your nose, and some people wear them for snoring, or some people wear them, athletes wear them to open their nasal passages so they can get more oxygen in when they're running and things like that. I bought lots of these off eBay for like £1. And the reason I bought them was because I've been reading Pam Grout's Breathing to Jumpstart Your Metabolism. And she says, and also John Gabriel, we know I love the Gabriel method. And sleep apnea and not getting enough oxygen in while you're sleeping, thanks Elvis, has an adverse effect on your fat burning abilities during sleep, and also on your quality of sleep and the whole 9 yards. So snoring isn't just an indicator of your nasal passages or your throat collapsing, while you're sleeping. It's also a sign of high cortisol. Well, I know that I've got high cortisol, and Duffy has confirmed that when that started happening to me with the high cortisol, I did in fact start snoring really badly. So it can be a sign of that as well. So I was really looking to open up the nasal passages, give Duffy a little bit of peace of mind and a bit of sleep and rest, and also to improve my own sleep and take in more oxygen. Well, I am loving the nasal strips. This is what I found. You can get small or large. The small ones don't stay on, yeah, but the large ones do, and they're quite wide across the nose, and they sit there, and they really open up the nasal passages. But I have been sleeping like a log, and I am insomnia woman, so I'm really impressed. So the more oxygen I'm getting, the better sleep I'm getting, and I'm waking up refreshed. Now, for those that know me well, you will know that I am not a morning person. I do get up very early at like 5, half 5, but I get up for work and I go training at that time. But if you leave me to my own devices, I wouldn't dream of getting up at that time to go training. I'm an evening trainer, so I've been waking up for my clients' training at 5, half 5, really refreshed and significantly better than I was before. So I am loving the nasal strips. So if you're wanting to improve your oxygen intake, have better sleep, maybe stop yourself snoring a little bit, and also increase your fat burning while you're sleeping, I highly recommend getting the very simple tool of the nasal strips. So the proof is in the pudding, so as they say. So try them. They're very cheap to buy, and it's one of those little things that I come across that I think, oh, that's good, and it's so easy to do as well. So we're on about today ankle weights, and how they can help you. I'm a big fan of ankle weights. When I was dancing, we used to walk around in ankle weights all the time to strengthen the legs and tone the legs. And of course, it was a psychological trick as well, because when we whipped them off, we could leap high because the body would think it was lighter, You can easily get away with 2K ankle weights underneath your trousers, and nobody would know. 1 to 2K ankle weights, very simple, and it just adds a little bit to your walk or when you're pottering around. I'm telling you now, you'll get a sweat on, even though it's only 1 or 2K, and that's when people think, oh my goodness, I'm getting a sweat on here, and I've only added a very small amount of weight. So that's when people do put on weight, you do really feel a difference, don't you? Elvis the lovebird, very naughty as usual. Shush! Pigeon pie! See, pigeon pie. So today I have got on 3K ankle weights, which are significantly heavier. And there's all kinds of exercises that you can do with the ankle weights. And I'm just going to do a few very simple ones today, but I highly recommend getting them because the 3K ones you can use for your arms as well as your legs, you know, so they're very adaptable. You just strap them on and off you go, you know, so it's absolutely fabulous. So I am loving the ankle weights desperately. Naughty, naughty Elvis. So I'm going to just put this here, and I've got my little table set up, as you can see. And why do I have the table set up? Because you know that if you lift anything up off the floor, it makes it more difficult. So then from floor to step to bench, it makes the exercise more difficult. Let me show you my ankle weights. So these are the 3K ankle weights. As you can see, they're pretty substantial there. But the 1 to 2K ankle weights are significantly smaller. Yeah. But what I love about these is, as I say, they really make a big difference. And there's one lady who I put them on her, and she went, "I'm really disappointed that I've only lost 6 kilograms." And I put these on her, and she was, "Oh, it's so heavy. Oh, I'm walking around. Oh, it's so heavy." And I said, "That's what you've lost. It's a good tool. It's a good tool." Okay, so I'm going to come to the end of my little bench here, my little table, and I'm going to bring the legs up like that, so we're nice and steady. Now, with these exercises, we're looking at keeping it simple. I'm not looking at creating any kind of mayhem here. We're looking at keeping it simple. We're looking at low impact. I wouldn't expect you to be going out running or skipping with them. I have done in the past, but that's because I'm mental. All right. Low impact is what we're looking for. So you can bring the ankle weights in, pulling in the stomach muscles, and you can just simply extend and bend. Extend and bend. And I can really feel this. And I wore them all week last week, and my legs were really feeling it. Of course, we can do leg raises. Up and down. I thought they were going to fall down my leg then. Up and down. Now, for a dancing girl like me, I'm looking for that midway point here where you tip the scales, because it creates a little bit of a stretch as well without hindering you, you know. And we're just going to change legs. So bringing it in and extend. And it's all about, just like the Pilates, it's all about doing it perfectly. And I can feel this. This works well. I've been looking at doing lots of repetitions with this. So lots and lots of repetitions. Because I'm higher off the ground, you're going to be feeling it a little bit more. One more for look. But the one that I use, she says, twizzling round, the one that I use all the time is ankle weights for the bum burn. For those of you that know me well, I've made the bum burn very famous. Yeah, so we're looking at getting deep into the glute muscles and making them lovely and round. And I always tell this exercise, tell this story about this exercise, is I tore my left bum cheek years ago, and the glute and bum burn exercises fixed it and put everything back together again. So I always tell Alexa, so you're going to extend the leg and bring it forward so I can see my own toe, and then we're lifting up and down. Now, I know that you'll be watching this going, well, that looks very easy. Well, believe you me, I am feeling this, yeah? And you can even do some pulses like that, or you can even do some circles, yeah? So we've got, I'm sliding around, we've got some very simple exercises. You can even take the legs out to the side for the inner thigh, where we go out and in for the inner thigh. And even for those of you who I know, I've got a couple of clients in wheelchairs who are not so steady on their legs. Then you can still move around, but I'd still be looking at lifting up the legs like so, and you can get a great deal out of them. So whether you're pottering around the house, whether you put them on, you can hear me a little bit out of breath, just because I've just done a bit of strength exercise. There's nothing like weight and strength exercises and resistance to really get the heart going. So if you go out for a walk, even with 1 or 2 kilogram ankle weights, you're really going to feel it, yeah? If you are wanting something a bit more substantial, you can get 3K ankle weights. Now, what I'm loving about these is they were exceptionally cheap. So I'm going to post a link underneath this video where I got them from, and I was very impressed because they're very good quality, and if you go into town you'll spend an absolute fortune getting them, you know. Even if you go to Argos, they're quite expensive, and the ones that are cheap are only like £0.50, you know. So you can lie on the floor, you can do it on the table like I've done, and the exercises aren't difficult, they're very simple, but you will feel them, yeah? Now, the reason why I like these, she says, sticking her hands in here, is I can just squeeze my hands in between and we can do all kinds of exercises, lying down and, looking the big back wings, lying down and sat up, yeah? So the thing with these is that they're very, very adaptable, yeah? So whether you're using them on your ankles to have a potter around or to do some actual real exercises, or you're using them on your arms. I always like my chest flies. So even if you were doing your chest flies, I can feel them very well indeed. And anything that's a little bit of an awkward shape, it seems harder, you know, so it will appear harder to the body. So for efficiency, they work very well. So often when I'm training people, people go, Anna, your ankle weight, your weights are always a funny shape, or I have triangle weights and I have medicine ball weights and I have none of them are traditional dumbbell looking weights, and the reason for that is the more awkward the shape, the harder it will appear. So I have Pilates balls that are about 2K each. They're not heavy, but people go, oh, I can feel those. It's only because they're round and they're quite difficult to grab hold of. So this makes a huge difference. But what it will do is it will activate your metabolism. So what we want the weights to do is we want it to boost your metabolism. So we want a good 20 to 30 minutes of weight training if you've got time for that. But even if you're pottering about, it will work really well. And we want to boost your metabolism with this, and we want to build muscle. Why do we want to build muscle? We want to build muscle because the more muscle you have, the more you can eat, the more fat you burn when you just sat around doing nothing, you know? So we like that. So I love the BBC documentary where they took a couple, some couples, and they gave them all a fry up, and they put one couple sat on the sofa watching TV, one couple pottering around doing the housework, and another couple in the gym. Now, this is where the whole world went, oh, this is terrible. So I've always known that guys can eat more than ladies because they have more muscle than us. So by the time the guy out of the couple had finished watching TV for 3 or 4 hours, he'd burnt off his fry up, whereas the lady had only burnt a third of the fry up off, which was really quite disgusting for her. And the other thing is, the guys that went to the gym and the guys that were pottering around doing the housework, they both burned a similar amount of calories. So it wasn't necessarily the exact exercise, it was the effort and continuous movement they were putting in. So I don't want you to overcomplicate this. You know, we want easy exercises. You know, I don't want you to think you can do this watching TV. You can punch forward, punch forward, punch forward. You know, all these things you can do really well. And you're going to be burning calories, you're going to be building muscle. You know, we're looking for lots of repetition, maybe 3 sets of 10, 12 or 15, you know. We're going for the burn, we're going for the burn in the muscle. I wouldn't do this every day. I'd leave a space between each day to use the ankle weights. If you're using 1 to 2, that's perfect for your legs and walking around and doing a few leg exercises. If, like me, you want to go hardcore with the 3 kilograms, then they're very, very adaptable. You probably wouldn't be able to go on a big, massive walk with these or anything, but you could definitely get a very good leg workout, and you could get a very good arm workout as well without having to buy an extra set of dumbbells, without having to buy, you know, an extra new gadget. This will do the lot. So I'm really loving them, and I did actually go out for a walk the other day, and I just had them like this as I was walking, so I didn't even have them around my ankles. I had them on my hands, and I just carried them. I didn't go out for that long, but I had a sweat on when I got back. So this is the joys of ankle weights, and I had to share that with you because I thought this will be really good for you. Try the nasal strips if you suffer from insomnia, if you want to improve your fat burning while you're sleeping, if you want in a little more oxygen into the brain as you're sleeping, if you want to give your other half a break because you're a snorer, try the nasal strips. They work really, really well. So I'm going to post the link underneath this video, and you know, any questions at all, please come back to me. If a lot of you do get the ankle weights and you want a group class, I'm quite willing to do that because I love all that business. So that would be good. And if you've got any questions further, or you're thinking of getting some and you want to talk about which weight you should get in touch with me. So I hope you're very well. Happy Thursday to you, and I'll speak to you soon. Okay, bye.